Richmond, Virginia. I now live in Los Angeles, and I've been on the path of a filmmaker since I was about 14, 15 years old, once I realized that's what I wanted to do with my life. Started writing short stories in high school and playing around with photography in high school, and I also had a love for music. And so when I found filmmaking, that was something that allowed me to combine all of my interests. The interest that I have for writing, the interest that I have for photography, and music, it allowed me to merge those all together. So my high school, I did like a thesis paper on like filmmaking and all these different things that I wanted to get into. I was even trying to start working and volunteering in the film industry, but a lot of times they'll feel like you may be too young, especially when you're working with such expensive, sensitive products and equipment. So I had to wait. So I had to go to college in order to get my first kind of experience with filmmaking and learning about filmmaking as a craft. So I ended up going to Howard University, where I majored in film production, and that's where I really got the foundation. Howard University was able to teach me pretty much like a indie style of filmmaking, when you're responsible for pretty much doing everything. You write it, you direct it, you produce it, you shoot it, and then you figure out everything from there. So from 2002 to 2006, that's pretty much what my focus was: studying, learning about life, learning about myself, having experiences, and just learning about life so that I then had stories to tell. After I graduated in 2006, I then went to Florida State, where I received my master's in filmmaking. And I feel like the Florida State education was a little bit different. This was much more of a studio kind of experience, where they, the university was acting as the studio. They provided the money, they provided the resources, and at the end of the day, the studios, the film school, would be the people who would actually own the actual intellectual property, which is the films that we created. So by the time I graduated from graduate school in 2010, I felt like I had all the knowledge that I needed, and I was ready to go out and to put all that knowledge to use and go make a movie. Oftentimes at school, they would tell us it would take graduates from graduate school about 10 years before they would be able to go make a movie. And for me, that was just too long. So I went home and went back to Richmond, and I set out to make my first feature film, which we did in 2013, which is the Troop 491, The Adventures of the Muddy Lions. So we shot that in Richmond, Virginia. We were able to link up with Tim and Daphne Reed, who had a studio in Petersburg, Virginia. I don't know if you all are familiar with them, but Tim Reed, he was the father on Sister Sister, and Daphne Reed, he was the second mom on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So we were able to utilize them. I was able to share a story that was personal to me and my experiences as a scout in the real Troop 491, which is a real troop based in Richmond, Virginia. And then we went out and attempted to try to get distribution, put it into film festivals, basically went all around the country to share the film. The film is now available on Amazon Prime and other streaming platforms, and we have DVDs. Hopefully all of you all are able to take a DVD home with you. And then shortly after that, I moved to Los Angeles to try to further my career, make more connections, make more content. And then in 2017, I made a short film which stars the new CW Batwoman, who her name is Jadicia Leslie. And that was a short film that's kind of adult rated. So I won't go into full details about that. But I'm still in Los Angeles, still making movies, and still trying to continue to share stories.
Yeah.